Morning student, I hope you all are good. Myself Shopnil Kohli welcomes you all in my channel. Here we are going to solve PYQ 2005 second series. In first series we have completed up to 11 questions. So we are going to start with the question number 11. So the question number 11 is the woman character who is an artist by profession in Virginia Woolf to the Lighthouse. So this is the novel To the Lighthouse is written by Virginia Woolf, and here's question is asking which character is artist. So the right answer is Lily Briscoe. Lily Briscoe. Lily Briscoe. So, To the Lighthouse is a 1927 novel. Friend, 1927 novel by Virginia Woolf. The novel centers on the Ramsay family. So, if they ask which novel of Virginia Woolf centered on the Ramsay family, the answer will be To the Lighthouse and their visit to the Isle of Skye in Scotland between 1910 to 1920. So the main character, the other character, if they ask about other character, Mrs. Ramsay, Lily Briscoe, Mr. Ramsay, Charles Stanley, James Ramsay. So the all names are related to each other. So I hope you will not forget it. So moving to the question number 13. Poet who said my poems are not about violence but vitality is but he say it is about vitality. So the answer is Ted Hughes, and Ted Hughes is also very important. And other important point about Ted Hughes I have mentioned here. Ted Hughes is labeled prominently as an animal poet. So if they ask which poet is also known as animal poet, the answer will be Ted Hughes. Or a natural poet, he married to the famous poetess Sylvia Plath. So he was the husband of Sylvia Plath, and when his wife Sylvia Plath committed suicide, Hughes formed a writer associated called the Arvin Foundation. Friend, the Arvin Foundation is very important. They can ask who is the founder of the Arvin Foundation, or they can ask why this foundation was open, why it has been formed. So it has been formed to associate the to support the emerging poets, novelist and playwright. So it has been formed to support emerging poet, means new struggling poet, writer and playwright. So the important work also I have mentioned over here: Hawk Roasting, The Thought Fox, The Hawk in the Rain. I think you mistake will be the HAWAK, Hawk in the Rain. These four work of Ted Hughes are very important. They repeatedly ask questions from them. So I hope you will go through them. And please do not forget the Arvin Foundation. Foundation is founder is Ted Hughes, and it was founded when his wife, when his wife was committed suicide. And for what it has been founded to support the emerging poets, novelist and playwright. So I hope these two questions are clear. Moving to the 14th question. Painter's Caretaker can be called a comedy of manners, or more of the options was there, and the Painter's Caretaker can be called. The answer is Comedy of Manners. So today I will clear what is Comedy of Manners, and and I will also clear the name of writer whose is called the Comedy of Manners. The Comedy of Manners is a tragedy with a number of comic elements. Means where in a novel there is tragedy also and there is a comedy also. Comic elements is also present, so it is called Comedy of Manners. It is a comedy which also produce an overwhelming tragic effect. Throughout the play, we are kept assumed and yet thought the play we found ourselves also an brick of terror. Means in whole play we found tragic events. Okay, some identificals and vigors of fear keep our nerves on edge. Means some identities and fear are always on the novel. We feel uneasy, means we feel uneasy all the time even when we are laughing or smiling with amusement. Means this is called the comedy of error, when we are laughing but we know behind it is a tragedy. This dual quality gives to the play a unique character. Means this dual quality gives the play to a unique character. I think you understand now which is Comedy of Menace. And Comedy of Menace is term used to describe the play of David Campton, Harold Pinter, drama critic Irving Wardland. So these three are very important writer who wrote as a Comedy of Menace. Okay. Question number 15. Toni Morrison. So Toni Morrison used male narration for the first time in. This is important because Toni Morrison used only first time he used male character in Song of Solomon. In which Song of Solomon? Solomon. So Song of Solomon is a 1977 novel by American author Toni Morrison. They can ask publication date and they can even also ask the author name. So keep remember that Song of Solomon is a 1977 novel by American author Toni Morrison. It follows the life of Macon. It follows the life of Macon. Means Macon is a central character in this. Milkman, Dead 3, an African American man living in Macon from birth to adult. Means Macon, Michigan. Macon is a place where he live from birth to adult. So okay, also they can ask the where does the central figure of Song of Solomon live? So the answer will be Michigan, Macon. Question number 16. The author of Hungry Tide is? The author of Hungry Tide is Amitav Ghosh. So I think you don't forget that this is important. And the Hungry Tide, it was published in 2004, and the question paper is this. The question paper we are dealing with is of 2005. So what we come to know that we have to also keep in mind our recent writer, okay, our contemporary, means at the present date what is going in literature, okay, Nobel Prize, no, everything we have to keep in touch with all. So the Hungry Tide 2004 is the sixth novel by Indian born author Amitav Ghosh. It won the 2004 Hunch Crossword Book Award for fiction. So for this also he won Hunch Crossword Book Award. So Amitav Ghosh, born on 11 July 1956, is an Indian writer and winner of the 54th Zenipeth Award. Why I am telling this, they can also ask that name the writer who is the author of Hungry Tide and also won the Zenipeth Award, India's highest literary honor, best known for his English fiction. So the answer will be Amitav Ghosh. Okay, and other important work which are very notable work of Amitav Ghosh are The Glass Place, Sea of Poppies. They have asked 2-3 questions from Sea of Poppies also, so this is also important. River of Smoke, The Hungry Tide. The Hungry Tide we are studying still. So the notable work I have given, repeating once again: The Shadow Lines, The Glass Place, Sea of Poppies, River of Smoke, The Hungry Tide. Okay, question 17. Now we have came to the question number 17. The soul of tragedy according to Aristotle is plot. The soul of tragedy according to Aristotle is plot. And Aristotle Poetics is earliest surviving work of dramatic theory and first extant philosophical treatise of focus on literary theory. So it is first surviving work which focus on literary theory. In this text, Aristotle offers an account or refers to poetry, or more literary, the poetic art. Friend, the poetry, when in the age of Aristotle, all the piece of work, whether it is drama, whether it is a poetry, whether it is a your satire, whatever it is, these were called poetry because they were right in the form of poetries. So do not confuse. Poetry means here the piece of work. So what it has been called? The poetic art. Aristotle divided the art of poetry into verse drama. So he divided the work. First person was why the Aristotle is so important. He is important because he divided the work into different parts. He include comedy, tragedy, and satire play into drama, which comedy, tragedy, and satire play into drama, lyric poetry, and epic poetry. So Aristotle, if they ask what are the three art of poetry, Aristotle divided. So the answer will be drama, lyric poetry, and epic. And if you want to learn more about Aristotle poetics, I have in my channel there is a full length of video describing all the chapters of poetics. Okay, so you can go to there. Question number 18. The discussion of fabula Swerzet occur in Syurhet. Swerzet. Fabula and Swerzet is the same work. And where does it occur? In formalism. In literary theory, formalism referred to critical approaches that analyze, interpret, or evaluate the inherent focus of text. In these feature includes not only grammars, stance, but also literary device such as meter and tropes. So what is formalism? In formalism, meter and tropes, grammar, fabula, stance are discussed. These are given very important part. But when we come to the other important, the biographical, historical, cultural context is reduced. See the last line. The formalist approach reduce the importance of text, historical, biographical, and cultural context. So the other options was of this question: new criticism, deconstruction, structuralism, and formalism. Structuralism and formalism and formalism we have discussed now, and structuralism, formalism we have been discussed about in our 2004 question paper series. The option we have not discussed is deconstruction. So we will discuss about deconstruction here. So deconstruction involves the close reading of text in order to demonstrate that any given text has irreconcilably contradictory meaning rather than being unified logical whole. So all deconstruction, all new criticism, deconstruction, structuralism, formalism, these all say that the outer portion is not important of text. Means if the written text words are important, literary device is important, the biography, history, other parts are not important. So as J. Hills Miller, the preeminent American deconstructionist, has explained his essay entitled Stevens Rocks and Criticism as Cure. So first what we have to learn: who is the author of Stephen Rocks and Criticism as Cure. They can ask an exam. Stephen Rocks and Criticism as Cure, 1976. So the author is J. Hills Miller. Who is author? J. Hills Miller. So what he has written, if they give this line, 4 line which I have written in the black word, and they can who wrote this word, so the answer will be J. Hills Miller. So deconstruction is a dismantling of structure of a text, but a demonstration that it has already dismantled itself. It apparently said ground is a rock, but then air. Means simple, they are saying deconstruction means close reading of a work and reducing the other portion, means biography or historical part. Okay, so think, please important. First, J. Hills Miller is the preeminent American deconstructionist. He is not profound of this. Deconstruction was both created and has been profoundly influenced by the French philosopher Jacques Derrida. So if they ask you the who is the founder of deconstruction, the answer will be Jacques Derrida. Jacques, Jacquesdrrid, Jacques Derrida. And if they ask who is the author of your what is the essay Stevens Rock and Criticism as Cure, the answer will be J. Hills Miller. So I think you will not confuse in both the option. Hope so. Question number 19. When this question I have made it very clearly explained, means most of the people got confused in literary device and all this. I hope you will not confuse after that. United we stand, divided we fall is an example of antithesis. 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 Okay. So what is antithesis? In simple word, antithesis means the opposition of some things or different between two things. This is called antithesis. Now in literary analysis, an antithesis is a pair of statement or images in which the one reverse the other. Means the example what we see there: united we stand, divided we fall. United and divided are the reverse, are the opposite of each other. So this is called antithesis. Antithesis. Now I think you will not forget, and I have given a very best example of this is Example, I have taken from A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. It was the best of time, it was the worst of time. See, best and worst, these are in one statement, but different of each other, so it is antithesis. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of fulness. Wisdom and fulness is reverse to each other, the answer will be antithesis. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredibility. Means these all are that reverse to each other, so I hope you understand. So if they also give you line, these, it was the best of time, it was the worst of time, is example of the, it will example of antithesis, and I hope now you will not forget the antithesis. So a meter in which an unscented slide precedes the ascended is the called iambic. Friend, this is very important, I have been discussed in previous paper also, iambic pentameter and all. Please go and watch this video, and let's go to the 21. What is 21 question? Choose the, oh, we will discuss this in next video, because 21 to 30 question I will discuss all chronology order. See, I have given in very brief, so we will discuss in other. From today up to, from today we have to, up to today we have to complete question number 20. We will be completing 20 in this video, and 21 to 30 which are chronology we will be completing in another video. Okay, thank you. Please do subscribe and do comment if you like my videos. I like your comments so much, because please do comment.